I think I've just created a monster. Uyjhmn was created in J#. Why J#? Well, why not? I'll tell you why not. It doesn't work on anything. It is now literally old enough to be a 7th grader. Uyjhmn was designed to have a verbose syntax, so the commands are very specific and are supposed to be difficult to remember. For example, to print a character to the console, you type the phrase, "Print the character with the ASCII value!" followed by the ASCII value. Also, it's in all caps, so you need to scream it like I just did. The command, "And this program!" does... Hang on, do I need to explain it? No, you don't. Hey, I just made this new Hello World program using those commands you told me about. Now let me crack open the interpreter and... No! Creaturey, don't!
Bwahaha! Drexel's the name, and making you feel pain is my game! The development environment for Uyjhmn has been designed to make your life so miserable, so painful, you will wish you were dead. And I'm not gonna explain how it works. You there, dinosaur, you do it.
But I don't wanna.
No!
Okay, you type the code into this white box. After the timer in the cyan box runs out, the top line of code of the white box is moved to the green box, which is read-only. The timer then resets. The green box contains all the code that will be run in the program. If you have an empty line at the top of the white box when the timer reaches 0, the code in the green box is interpreted, and it doesn't care about what's left in the white box because that's all irrelevant.
But don't forget, if the line on the top of the white box has an error, the amount of time the timer resets gets cut in half. Oh, and did I mention the code on the green box is written in webdings? Yeah, have fun reading that.
But it shouldn't matter. I can just copy my code into the interpreter and...
No cheating!
Would you cut that out, you weirdo? Also, there are elements on the IDE that are just there to make it look worse. Anyway, I should probably scratch that. Definitely prove to you that this programming language actually works. So here is the Hello World program in action! But I need to type it first, so you'll just see a time-lapse of that at the beginning.
Well, that only uses 2 commands. I bet you can't do a truth machine. That means do a truth machine, or I'll burn you.
The truth machine problem was created by a user of the Esolang wiki who goes by the name Keymaker. The challenge is simple. Get input from the user, and if it's a 0, just output 0. If it's a 1, output an infinite number of 1s. This program introduces a new command right off the bat, declaring a variable. Variables are declared using the command declare the new variable, followed by the variable name. In order to use a variable, it must be opened by saying open the variable. You can then assign a constant to the open variable by saying assign insert constant here to the open variable. The assign command and the print command are the only 2 commands where you can use a constant, and for that reason, we are declaring a variable named 1 that will hold the value of 1, so we can do comparisons using equal to. After that, we declare the new variable var, open it, and get input from the user as a number. We get input using getInput and store into open variable as a number. And yes, it needs to be typed in full, like that. Next, we declare a temp variable to use later and define a new label. Labels are points in the program that can be jumped forward to and jumped back to, because who doesn't love go-to statements? I don't. Good. After that, the variable var is opened, and its value is outputted as a number by using the command print the open variable's value. If you wanted to print it as an ASCII character, you would say print the open variable's character. And yes, there is an apostrophe in this command, and yes, it is completely mandatory. Why is it number here, but value here? Just asking.
Because I love inconsistency. Bwahaha! The inconsistency was my idea.
After printing the number, our label is jumped to if our input variable is equal to that one variable we set earlier. Also, remember the temp variable? Well, to prevent the interpreter from crashing due to getting stuck in a loop, a character is gotten from the user, which pauses the interpreter until the user types the character. So, fire it up and let's see! A single 0 or an infinite number of 1s. Truth machines aren't really that interesting. run Uyjhmn on Linux, or Mac, or Windows 10, but I can't do that! Well, someone managed to get around that issue in this episode of Truddle News! A user by the name of Termer saw Uyjhmn and was quite sad when it didn't work on Linux. So he decided to make his own IDE in Java, which is what J# was actually cloned from. I mean, based off of. Nice job, Microsoft, you cloned Java and made it worse. His IDE still follows the color scheme of the original, but it is simpler, and the timer doesn't get cut in half when you make an error. Moving on to community programs, Termer, you know that guy from the last story, wrote a program taking full advantage of the fact that all data is stored as integers. His program gets input from the user and outputs the ASCII value. When you type an exclamation point, it closes. It also lets you know that the exclamation point has the ASCII value of 33. He also made a program that takes in 3 inputs, which are 2 integers and a character, and it prints a box of that height and width of that character. This has been Truddle News with your host, Rex the Rex. See you whenever I do this segment again. And now it's calculator time! But this one can only add or subtract. Wow, Creaturey, way to downgrade the calculator! The calculator program first defines the variables that contain the user's input. 2 numbers and a character. Hey, sorry to interrupt, but I was looking at the list of commands on the wiki, and where's the subtract command? Not here! So we define and set a variable that will contain the constant -1. To check what operator the user typed, we need to declare another variable that holds 45, the ASCII value for the minus character. After that, a label is declared, making it so you can run calculations forever.
There will be no escape.
Except, of course, closing the program. You could do that. Input is then accepted into the variables from the user as number, operator, number. If they want to subtract, we jump to subvals, where the second value typed is multiplied by -1. Oh, you can multiply in Uyjhmn, as well as add, but there is no subtraction or division. After multiplication, we jump to addvals, aka where we would have been if the user typed a plus. At addvals, your values are added together, and since if you typed a minus the second value is turned negative, it will subtract, otherwise it will add. Afterwards, the number is printed, as well as some new lines to separate your calculations, and then we ask for 3 more inputs. We do this by jumping back to do it again, and since all jumps must be conditional, we check if subtract is equal to itself, which should probably return true all the time. Oh, and we'll be running this program using Termer's GUI-less interpreter.
Nice job! Ruining the whole point of this programming language. You know what? Battle me, stupid Godzilla monster thing wannabe!
What? Why me? Wow, Creaturey, you always seem to end up in situations like this.
It looks like you're trying to battle a dragon. Would you like some help?
Limit, go away! This program contains 12 variables, and while that might not sound so bad, to declare a variable and give it its default value, you need to write 3 separate lines, which means that 34 lines of this program are dedicated to just declaring variables. Also, quite a large amount of them are just there to get around the fact that you can't add things or compare things by using constants. After the large amounts of variable declarations, the label start attack is defined. The word defined is used to trip you up, by the way. The label is jumped to after every attack cycle ends. The HP and MP that Creaturey has are displayed. The command variable is opened and the user can type a character into it. The user can type an A, an H, or an M. Well, they can type a letter that's not an A, H, or M, but it will just act like an A, since the regular attack is the one at the top. If the user types an A, the label Creed attack is jumped to, where Drexel's HP gets damage 1 or -2 added to it. If the user types an H, Creed heal is jumped to and Creed HP, or the player's HP, is opened, and HP rec, or 6, is added. Unless the player has less than 1 MP, in which case it just skips to Drexel's turn. If the user types an M, Creep Magic is jumped to, and Drexel's HP is opened, and damage 2 or -5 is added, unless the player has less than 1 MP, in which case it just skips to Drexel's turn. After all 3 options, Drexel's attack turn is jumped to. Drexel only has 1 type of attack in this game, and it removes 2 HP from Creaturey. Afterwards, if Drexel has more than 1 HP, it jumps back to start attack and the cycle repeats. Otherwise, if Creaturey has less than 1 HP, it jumps to the lose label. Lastly, if Drexel has less than 1 HP, it jumps to a you win label. After both you lose and you win, it jumps to end, which ends the program.
And I'm going to end you, Creaturey! Pun!
not afraid of you. I've got the creaturey stick. Yeah.
Not so fast! Magic immunity pills, baby! Gulp. Oh, and they got new gray gloves!
Oh, when this program was being typed out, a typo was made on the jump to magic command. So the magic command does nothing! Oh no. I can still win, right? I don't know. Creaturey attacks!
My turn, loser.
Drexel attacks! Boo! A lot of attacking back and forth later. Well, at least I can still heal. Creaturey heals! Now, I will stop narrating and zoom into the interpreter for right now, because Creaturey is going to spend all of his MP on healing.
Wow! You have 25 HP! I'm so scared! Not. Ah! Why are you so mean, loser creaturey Godzilla thing? Stupid creaturey! Ah!
Yay! I did it. Now I don't want to battle anything ever again. Actually, I never wanted to in the first place. The link to WIKI's wiki page, as well as both mine and Termer's interpreters, are in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you whenever I make another video.